push these buttons right now. Hi, everybody. Glad you joined us on MSI today. Today is the fifth Sunday, and that means something weird, something fabulous, and something special may or may not happen. We're just going to have to wait and find out. Ian and Andrea are both with me today. They're smiling in the background because they know what's going on. Hey, Ian. Hey, Andrea. I've got you both up on screen right now so everybody can see everybody.
Hey, everybody.
You say that we know what's going on. We haven't got a clue as much as you have.
I know. It's a really amazing thing. You know, today's broadcast brought to you by the letter J because James is supposed to be the quiz master on today's show. And James, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, is taking a holiday trip to Israel, which I think is a wonderful thing that everybody should do if you're given the opportunity to do so. And being that he's in Israel, one of two things have happened. Either A, he has absolutely no internet connectivity because he's not with us at the moment, or B, he's scared to death and doesn't want to get on the internet. Well, I guess there's three things. Number three, he's either in jail, been kidnapped, or is gone missing. One of the three has happened.
Maybe someone sunk his yacht.
That could be too. Could have gotten confiscated off the coast of Israel.
Maybe.
Don't know.
Maybe he's in a cell somewhere.
Anything is possible.
Waiting for us to rescue him. Like the vigilantes we're not.
Well, on the chance that James would have been able to join us, he was going to join us via voice since his connectivity in Israel is limited, and I was going to use this shot that we have up right now, which is a picture of him in the main window. For everybody who's listening right now and not actually able to see what's going on, I've got a beautiful picture of James up. He looks very perplexed, and he may be perplexed. We just don't know.
That's because he doesn't know where he is.
Exactly. I think actually what happened, if I had to guess, I'm thinking that there's a lot of time zone confusion on James's part, and he just lost track of time and wasn't aware that we're actually on air right now.
Possible.
That's my guess. All right, Ian, tell us how your week has been. I understand you just got off a holiday break here not too long ago. So fill us in on the things that have happened since.
What's going on? I was down in the south coast of England, a place called Camber Sands, which has got a lovely, lovely sandy beach. Funny enough, Camber Sands. We had a holiday down there with the family and the kids. We took them to the beach and they've done trampolining and bouncy castles and all the sort of fun stuff that kids love to do. And Mummy and Daddy got a bit of a break, which was nice. What else we do? Since I've been back, I've been ill. I've brought a bug back with me from Pontins, which is fantastic. And I've actually started to get my backside into gear and get a couple of musical bits and pieces that I've been working on out the door. So, yes, new music coming soon.
You passed this over very quickly, but I want to know what kind of bug you brought back with you, because I know a lot of our friends and people who watch the show out there actually like bugs to a certain extent. I mean, if they're not poisonous and things like that. So what kind of bug did you bring back with you?
It was a cockroach.
That's not poisonous, so there you go. That's good. What did you name your cockroach?
Fred.
Fred the Roach.
Fred the Roach, yeah.
Okay. Had to ask.
You know, I've got him in a little box just beside my bed, and I feed him lettuce on a regular basis.
I don't know that roaches eat lettuce. See, James still looks perplexed, though. I don't know. I was hoping James would be able to answer that question, but his picture just looks the same. Andrea,
quite seriously, we've got some new music coming out, and to segue into you nicely, it has the lovely Andrea Benz-Miller playing the bass on the track as well. So,
yay!
That's very cool. And James, his expression did not change in that pronouncement, Ian. Sorry. Andrea, how the heck are you? Is it still, now I know it's very hot in Vegas because I heard a news story about two guys jumping into the canals at the Venetian.
Yeah, it's still kind of hot, but oof, thank God we only have a month left. I think we're all over it. Everybody's over it. So it's countdown. I'm kind of excited about that. I love the fall. As I remember telling you guys a couple months ago, I was supposed to get my rear in gear and redo my website and redo my social media because I had been like a good musician when I first arrived in Vegas. I had branded everything under Dreadvox when I had dreadlocks, right?
Right.
And so that's still my Twitter handle, but we'll see. That might change in the future too. We'll have to see. But when you go through a massive shift in how you either look or what kind of music you're doing or what you're doing in music, you typically have to tear everything down and build it up again. And that's what I've been doing for about a week now, which is, some of it is fun and some of it's just bleh,
It could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be worse. Yeah, it's true. It was easier the first time, frankly, because when you have something that when you have a specific look or you have a specific thing you're doing in music, it's pretty easy to kind of build a bunch of stuff around it and make everything the same. And so I'm finding now, having shifted out of that whole kind of rock star look and into a more educator type role, that you have to work a little bit harder on how to make your website exciting and get your point across. So that's been the challenge this week.
It sounds like one heck of a challenge, and of course both Ian and I know exactly how you feel because we both have been there, and it's a never-ending process having to go through and update websites, rebuild websites, things like that. It never ends.
It really is a hard process, Andrew. I totally agree with you. But what makes it harder sometimes is working with Rich. Have you tried that?
Working with Rich?
On a website?
I'm going to put that off for now.
That's all right. That's okay.
Maybe next year I'll try it out and see how it goes.
There you go. No, I think that James, unfortunately, is off the clock. I don't think he's going to be able to join us today. I'm keeping an eye on his Skype account over here to the side on the off chance that he does come online and that it was just a time zone mix-up. Now, as everybody knows and everybody was waiting with bated breath, James was supposed to be our quizmaster today because this is the fifth Sunday of the month. And during a fifth Sunday, we generally do something a little different. And for the past couple of fifth Sundays, we've had MSI quizzes where Ian and Andrea have both operated as quizmaster and offered up music quizzes or quizzes on MSI specifically, which we all did horribly at, I must say.
We don't know ourselves very well.
Nor do we know music when it comes to music theory and stuff like that very well, it appears.
But never fear, guys. Have your buzzers at the ready. Ian to the rescue.
Uh-oh. And here we go.
So have you got your buzzer, Rich? I want to hear your buzzer, please, sir.
I do. Let me see if I can make it. I got to make it audible for everybody here. Let's see here. Did you hear that?
I heard that loud and clear.
All right. I just want to make sure you guys heard it because I didn't.
My improvised scoreboard. There we go.
It's a very, very bright white piece of paper.
Fantastic. That's what you need to see. And Andrea, can we hear your buzzer, please? Okay, there we go. So everyone knows whose buzzer sounds like what. Are you ready for the first question?
Yeah, I suppose.
Go for it.
Right. Which Radiohead album has been cited by musicians as one of the greatest albums of all time?
You wrote that question for me, didn't you?
No, I've to be honest, I'm stealing these questions off of a website, which I'm not going to publicise because then you'll go and get the answers, and that's cheating.
The answer is OK Computer.
Well done, Andrea. You didn't use your buzzer. Remember, this is a buzzer
I
round.
did. I did use my buzzer.
She did. It just wasn't up to the microphone when it
Do I need a louder one?
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Okay, it's going to be this now.
Okay. Right, next question. Which singer is married to Trudy Styler? Andrea?
Sting.
Correct.
And of course, James with that confused look on his face once again. His look actually kind of matches mine, believe it or not.
Well, what can I say? Which British reggae band are best remembered for the successful 1982 single Pass the Dutchie?
It was those little kids.
Dang, yeah.
I don't know.
Got nothing. Can't recall the name.
That was Musical Youth.
That's because I'm no longer a youth.
That was Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. Great track, actually. It's a soundtrack
Yes,
but
do you pass the Dutchie? Is more important question.
Only when in company.
Otherwise, he hooks it. Yeah.
Okay. Stuart Copeland was the drummer for which band? Richard.
I believe that would be the Police.
That is correct, sir.
It has to do with the Caps, I know it.
Okay. Whose 2013 World Tour was called the Mrs. Carter Show?
Ooh.
Richard?
I would have to think that might be someone who was recently married to a Mr. Carter. I'm going to say Beyonce.
Correct. Rich showing his knowledge of popular culture music.
But she was married to Mr. West, so never mind.
Okay, next question. What was Madonna's first UK top 10 single? Andrea.
Holiday.
Correct.
How did you get that?
It was her first big hit. It had to have been the first one.
Unbelievable. I had no clue. What year was it released?
Do you remember it, though?
Yeah, I do.
It's because that would help if you actually remember. I actually remember that year.
So do I.
I remember the song, but that's about it. I'm not.
And her popping around with her blonde hair and a leather jacket on.
Yeah, and the boy toy thing. Boy toy belt and yeah.
Yeah, which was kind of cool when she did it back then. When she does it now, it just doesn't have the same effect.
All right, let me update everybody about what's going on who are listening on the radio. Those of you who joined us are expecting a fifth Sunday quiz show, which you are getting. Unfortunately, you're not getting it from James. Yes, that is his picture for those viewing on YouTube or on the website. He's in Israel right now. And I believe that he has a time zone deficiency syndrome thing going on with him because he's not available on the broadcast today. He just wasn't able to make it. So, Pinky says, by the way, it's going to be all right, Andrea, borderline.
Borderline.
That was another one of the singles.
Yeah. But it came after the, what was the other one?
You're going to make it so that either Ian or I answer admitting to the fact that we actually listened to Madonna at some point?
Well, I don't think he really had a choice. You know, everybody listened to Madonna at some point.
My sister was big into the first two albums, especially, and I occasionally used to have to go out and buy my sister a new CD or a new bit of vinyl or something like that out of my own pocket money because I was sick and fed up of listening to the same thing over and over and over again coming from her bedroom.
So let me ask you a question. This question goes out to both of you. It's not part of the quiz in any way, shape, or form, so feel free to answer truthfully.
Instead of to win?
Instead of doing, there is no winning answer here. Who or did anybody here dress up as Madonna during Halloween?
No.
No.
Okay.
Did you,
I usually
Rich?
try to choose.
No, I did not.
Hang on,
I try to.
Go on, Andrew.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Ian.
I say it feels like Rich is looking for some sort of validation here.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Did anyone else do that? Because I feel a bit weird about it. But if someone else done it, it's fine.
I had to ask the question. I did not.
We won't judge you.
They won't judge you. I will judge you. If you admit to the chat room that you dressed up as Madonna for Halloween, I will judge you. I'm an equal opportunity pisser offer guy.
Now, Halloween to me is an opportunity to celebrate the creepy and macabre. So
Well,
I always
Madonna's,
go as some kind of character that is somehow scary.
I was going to say, Madonna's got both those things going for her. Now that you threw in scary, there's the hat trick all the way around.
Last Halloween, I was a circus ringleader because I think they're quite scary and macabre.
What did you dress up like, Andrea, for Halloween last year?
I was Jack Skellington this past one time because it was just one of my go-to. I didn't have a lot of time, but I like to do like makeup and skeletons and stuff like that.
Now, Pinky is actually admitting in the chat room right now that he dressed up as Church Lady one year. So he did not dress up as Madonna because he does not own a bustier.
Well, maybe you should go out and get one and then send photos.
I have one he can borrow.
Send photos to Ian. I don't want them.
Oh, they're for our Twitter feed. That's all right.
There you go. All right. Sorry, Ian, for that unscheduled interruption.
That's all right. Not a problem. I mean, we're winging this today, so let's wing it and a bit of chat. It doesn't hurt,
No, not at all.
So, more questions. No more chatting. Right. Which group comprised John Phillips, Denny Doherty, Cass Elliot, and Michelle Phillips? Rich.
That would be the Mamas and the Papas.
Okay, and that question brings you both level on 3 points each.
Woo!
See, this is working, right? Which singer?
Pinky was the Joker. Heath Ledger's the Joker last year. Talk about a scary costume.
Yeah, that's a great costume, actually. Let's just face it, he was one of the better Jokers. Not too sure about the Jared Leto version at the moment. Anyone else got thoughts on that?
I haven't seen him yet, but I'd have to weigh in that I think Heath Ledger has killed everybody at it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that no one can hold a candle to Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker.
Except for Jack, what's his face?
No, Jack Nicholson, not even a candle. Jack Nicholson was more comic book. Heath Ledger was more evil Joker.
Oh yeah, they were good. They were equally good on different paths. Let's put it that way.
All right, I'll give you that. If you're a comic book for comic book's sake, yeah. But if you're a movie for movie's sake, I think Heath Ledger was better.
I'll tell you what. Since we're talking about movies and stuff like that, is anyone caught Once Upon a Time?
No.
The
Andrea?
TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched actually the first couple seasons I watched. And then I tend to lose interest in things if they don't move, faster. So.
Well, we've been watching a bit of this, and I think we just got to season 3 on Netflix. And this basically brings me nicely into my next question, which is why I'm discussing this. And it's a whole thing of fairy tales, where fairy tales exist in a real world, in a parallel fairy tale world at the same time. It's all a bit fun. And one of the things they featured was Peter and the Wolf. So, who composed the classical piece Peter and the Wolf? Andrea?
Tchaikovsky.
No. Over to you, Rich.
I was just ringing in because Andrea rang in first. Now, so, in other words, I have no clue.
It was Sergei Prokofiev.
Oh, right, yeah. I always get
Say
them
that.
mixed up.
If
Say that after a few-
if I had said coffee guy, would you have given it to me?
No.
Okay, so there you go.
There you go. Right. Les Gray was the lead singer of which group?
The silence is deafening.
It is, isn't it?
And over to you, Rich.
If I were guessing, I would have to. Now, give me the name again, Ian.
The name, Les Gray.
Les Gray. I don't have an honest guess at this point.
It was Mud.
Mud?
Which should be more gray, not less gray.
Mud, yeah. Tiger Feet, I think was one of their hits. Remember that?
Oh,
No?
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Here's a bit of an easier one for you.
Pinky
So
knows
he-
the answers to all these questions, by the way. We should have him on.
We should have done, yeah. We should have got him on as well. Get him on.
I don't know if I've got his Skype.
Ring him. We'll get him on the show now. He can join in.
Like I said, I don't know that I have his Skype.
All right, well, we'll crack on while you look at this. This is going to be an easy one. So get your fingers ready. Which group's best known recording is the 1969 single, A Whitest Shade of Pale?
Oh,
Andrea.
Crap.
No, it wasn't them.
No, now that it's like gone, it was gone. It's gone. I'm gonna know as soon as you say it.
pick me, pick
Rich?
me.
I wanted to say Knights in White Satin.
Procol Harum.
Correct, Procol Harum. Indeed. Rich gets a point. Oh, pushing him 1 point in the lead, Andrea.
Oh no!
Hurrah.
Shamed. All right, I'll put my thinking cap on now, or maybe it might be my dunce cap, but we'll see.
Cool, get it on there. Which singer-songwriter from Sale released the album White Ladder in 1998?
He's getting too recent for me.
I'm trying to get all bases. You had one for 1967 a minute ago. Come on, don't complain.
Patty says she knows this one.
Oh, come on in, Patty. Put the answer in the chat room. I'll give you a point.
Of course, with the delay in the radio signal getting back to the chat room, it may be that it was the last question she knows the answer to.
Maybe.
Repeat the question, please. So
Which
we,
singer-songwriter-
so we can see that confused look on Andrea and my face once again.
Don't forget James's.
Now we match teams.
Yeah, now we match James.
Which singer-songwriter from Sale released the album White Ladder in 1998?
Now, is Sale a band or a place?
It's a place.
And how do you spell it?
S-A-L-E.
Sale. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to buy time, Andrea. I have no idea.
I bet he's Googling. That's what he's doing. He's on his phone going,
Oh, Pinky's upset that he didn't get a point.
You can have a point, Pinky. It's not a problem. In fact, the chat room can play as one entity and against the panelists. So that's at least you've got about 4 points so far, panelists, just because I'm feeling generous. Sorry, the chat room panelists. There you go.
All right, reloading. Since we know James, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to join us because in Israel they forbid him using Skype, we're rebooting that Skype machine altogether and bringing up a window where I have more access to peopleage.
Peopleage. Yeah, so the chat room have got the answer, guys. David Gray. So that's another point for the chat room.
Oh, good. They're in the lead.
They're on 10,000, I think, now. Rich is on 4 and David's on 3. So, moving on. Okay. What was the first name of the composer Vivaldi?
Oh.
Is that too recent for you, Rich?
I know this one. Anton Vivaldi.
Do you want to just try that again?
I say Anton, and you want me to spell it? I probably can't even spell it, but we go.
It's not. You're almost.
Are you going to say Antonio? Or are you going to make me go all the way out there?
Antonio, I take that. That's a point for you, Richard. That's 5 to Rich, 3 to Andrew, and 5 to the chat room.
I think the chat room's going to beat the crap out of us. I really do.
Right, let's find some more questions and move on from that lot.
All right, while you're hunting down questions, I've got
my rights here. I've got them right here.
All right, go ahead.
Right. In which American city was Elvis discovered dead in 1977? Andrea.
Palm Springs.
Nope. Richard.
I'm gonna have it's in Tennessee. It was at his home. I'm gonna say Memphis.
Correct. It was Memphis. Point to Richard. Andrea, come on.
Dang. Well, it was kind of logical that he would be there, but I don't know.
I lived through it.
I don't remember a lot about Elvis, actually.
Oh, man.
Especially in that period. Because I didn't, you have to remember, my generation didn't grow up on Elvis, so.
It was the Fat Elvis period.
My generation was the dead Elvis period.
See, I lived through all the iterations, well, most of the iterations of Elvis, from the skinny, leather-clad Elvis all the way through the end time, the second time around for Fat Elvis. Not many people know that there were 2 Fat Elvis periods in the Elvis timeline, but there were.
And there was the Slimmers World period.
Yes.
Okay. In which European city was Swedish pop group ABBA formed in 1972?
Andrea's got to know this.
Andrea.
Stockholm.
Correct. Point to Andrea there.
I did grow up in part of the ABBA period.
Now, which part of the ABBA period was this? Was it the married ABBA period or the single ABBA period? Or the single to ABBA period?
The middle ABBA period. Actually, they weren't really, they were on the radio, but they were writing chess. Remember that period?
I remember the
show Chess when they stopped doing pop music for a minute and they started writing like serious musicals.
I remember the musical Chess, yes. All right.
There you go. Okay, which American musician Michael Lee Aday is better known by what stage name?
Oh, come on, guess.
Michael Lee a day.
I'm gonna
Yep.
guess. I gotta guess.
I see why he changed it.
And Michael a day keeps the doctor away.
All right, let's wait for the crowd out there. It'll take a minute or so, but I'll bet you somebody out there knows it. And then Andrea or I can ring in and steal the answer from them and actually get the point. No, see, my guess was going to be Alice Cooper.
Your guess would be wrong, Richard. Your guess would be wrong. So it's American musician Michael Lear Day is better known by what stage name?
Now, Pinky is stating in the chat room Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan is not the question. You know, he would do anything for you, really, this guy.
Michael Bolton.
But he won't do that.
Ah, there you go. You gave it away.
Patty, well done. Patty's got it in the chat room. Meatloaf. There we go. One for the chat room.
The chat room is in a commanding lead.
They are
right now.
indeed killing us.
Rich and the chat room are in level pegging with 6. And Andrew, you're on 4.
Oh Lord.
So, which X Factor winner? That's probably a British one. We'll leave that one alone. What else have we got here? Who was Dionne Warwick's most famous cousin? There's a few. Andrea?
Whitney Houston.
Correct. Point for Andrew there. Whitney Houston. No jokes about baths. Just saying. Right. Jimmy Page is an English musician who formed which rock band in 1968?
Ooh.
Richard.
Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin. I don't know if that's the correct answer though.
Led Zeppelin is the correct answer. Well done. It could have been a lot of the John Mayall's Blues Breakers. He was in that, wasn't he?
I mean, there were so many. See, I was just doing a thing on the radio the other day about Led Zeppelin. The 12 facts about Led Zeppelin you may not realize were actually true, and so yeah, that's the only reason it came to mind.
There you go. Always useful. Okay, let's move on. Which soul band's hits include Emma, So You Win Again, and Brother Louie?
Oh boy, Brother Louie, I know, but I don't remember who did it.
Little clue, he died, unfortunately, quite recently.
How recently is quite recently? Because
In the past few months.
Okay. I can't even venture a guess. Let's take a look
Me
and see.
neither.
Let's see if James may have the answer to this question.
James?
No, that's a deer in the headlights look from James. Wish you
That
guys
gave him pain.
I wish you guys could see that picture. That is hilarious.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, next question.
Oh, you're not going to give the answer out, or are you going to wait for the chat
sorry.
room?
Oh, we're going to wait for the chat room, aren't we? Sorry, yeah.
All right. Go ahead. You go ahead and ask the next question. We'll wait for the chat room on the question you just asked.
Okay. In which American state was Madonna born? Back to Madonna.
Oh, I
again.
know this one.
Richard.
That would be Michigan.
That was Andrea. It was Andrea.
Okay, Andrea, go ahead and say it.
Yeah, Michigan.
She needs the points. Come on.
We messed that one up a little bit.
That was my fault. Sorry. You both rung very close together. I couldn't decide, man. Mickey
That's
Dolenz,
okay. I needed the point to catch up anyway. I need to stay in the game, right?
you're 1 point behind, and you're now level with the chat room on 6, and Rich is in the lead with 7.
Now we're waiting on the chat room to answer that question that we had no idea on.
Okay, so they haven't answered. So we'll give the question. We'll give the answer out to that. So it was which soul band's hits include Emma, So You Win Again, and Brother Louie, and the answer was Hot Chocolate. And Errol Brown died a few months ago, unfortunately.
Oh, there you go.
I believe in miracles was another one of their songs.
I believe in miracles.
That's the one. Thank you, Rich. Right, Mickey Dolenz, Michael Nesmith, and Davy Jones. Who's missing?
Ooh.
Oh,
They're all British.
what is his name?
Hey, hey, with the monkeys.
Okay, you're on the right track. Yep.
Give me the names again one more time.
Mickey Dolenz, Michael Nesmith, and Davy Jones. Who is missing?
Mickey, Michael, and Davey, and the other guy is... I think Pinky's just throwing answers out there from like 20 minutes ago. He's trying to
That's
confuse
a
us.
delay on there.
There shouldn't be a 20-minute delay. All right, name the fourth monkey.
I don't have that one.
The chat room have got it. Well done, Pinky. That's Peter Talk. Well done, chat room.
See, Pinky's just throwing all those answers out there to confuse us. That's, doing a good job there, Pinky. Because James looks really confused.
Dolly Parton had a 1981 hit with which song from the film of the same name? Andrea.
9 to 5.
Nope.
Spot on, correct.
Oh, that was that 81?
Yeah.
I was thinking more about, never mind.
Well, that means so far that you're all level pegging, and with the chat room and yourselves all on 7 points.
I'll even up.
I've got a few more questions. We'll carry on with this. Okay, which singer appeared in the feature film Battleship?
Ooh.
Oh, Rich.
Rihanna.
Rihanna it was. Well done. Your popular music is quite good, isn't it?
I don't know crap about popular music. I knew that video, so. Yes, Pinky, you're right. The monkeys. Peter Flippin' Torque.
Yep, you've got a point for that, Pinky. We have given you a point for that. He's getting a bit,
He's just didn't think we saw it, I guess.
He's really excited now.
It's waving them up around and everything. Which group had a 1980s hit with the song Ghost Town? One of my personal favourites. This is big, great song.
Is it a British band?
They are a British band, yeah.
Well, there you go.
But I'm sure you're going to know the song.
I'm trying to just recall like a hook or something. I can't remember.
I'm not in love with Rihanna, okay? I'm not. Nor am I in love with Madonna, okay?
Andrea, do you remember the good old days before the Ghost Town?
I'm digging in there. Because all I can think about is that hit that's on the radio right now. That's kind of not good, but my heart is a ghost town.
That's Madonna, isn't it? She's done a song called Ghost Town, and when I saw it up on Twitter, I had to go and watch it because I was really worried that she'd taken this song that we're going to talk about in a minute by this band,
right,
and done a horrible, terrible version of it. And then I realised she'd just done a horrible, terrible version of her own track, and that was fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
the 80s are somewhat back.
Anyone got this one then?
Not a clue.
Rich?
No answer from me, although Pinky in the chat room is saying Adam Lambert.
Wasn't he an X Factor winner that now sings with Queen?
Don't know.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, it was the Specials. Remember the Specials?
Nope.
Do you remember the good old days before the Ghost Town?
Nope.
No.
Mm.
You've gone to a too British point for us.
Maybe you didn't cross the pond, Ian.
Seriously, if you don't know that song,
they never left the bar.
after the show, go and check out the Specials Ghost Town. It is one of the best tracks ever written, in my opinion. It's fantastic. Right, okay, something more American then, shall we?
.co.uk website. I don't know you're going to find anything.
Okay. You're not going to know that one either, are you? Okay, let's. Okay. Which Italian classical tenor became blind at the age of 12 following a football accident? Richard.
I rang in a bit too soon, but I know his name because I love his music. And, oh, crap. He sang a duet with Celine Dion. I know this. He's a great voice. Crap, I can't remember. Go ahead, Andrea. I know you know it.
Andrea Bocelli.
There you are.
Well done, Andrea.
We share a name. It's hard for me to forget him.
An amazing voice, though.
People are always calling me, making jokes about, I'm going to call you Andrea Bocelli.
So over to Andrea Bocelli now. The 5, 6, 7, 8s are a rock trio from which city?
Can we guess?
You can guess, yeah. The 5, 6, 7, 8s are a rock trio from which city? Andrea?
Sydney.
No. Bit further away than that.
A bit further away than Sydney?
Well, I suppose it's probably actually a bit closer to you guys. Probably further away from me. Well, kind of, you know what I mean? A bit further, yeah. Kind of over that way on the map.
I'm thoroughly confused. I have no answer, but I bet Pinky does.
The 5, 6, 7, 8s are a rock trio from which city? What's what the chat room got for us?
I would say Tokyo, but I don't think they will say that.
You would get it right then, Rich.
That's way far away.
Yeah, Tokyo, Japan. See what I mean? It was quite a way away from there.
Andrea was close.
Yeah, ish.
Not really.
Depends on how. I mean, if we're talking sort of, I'm just popping up the road for a loaf of bread close.
Yeah.
Not really. Okay, which pop band featured Charlene Spiteri on lead vocals?
Pop band.
What's the name again?
Charlene Spiteri.
Patty said Japan.
Charlene Spiteri.
Spiteri. It's Italian. It's New York. It's I have no clue.
Me neither.
The only
That's a hard one.
It's the name of a U.S. state.
That is the name of a band.
It's a town, actually, not a state, isn't it? Yeah, it's a town, a city.
Lord knows there's not a lot of towns in the U.S., so it could be anything.
It's a place in America somewhere.
Pinky says, Rich, your girlfriend called. Rihanna said she'll meet you after the show. Thank you, Pinky.
It's Texas. Texas is the answer to that one.
Oh, Texas.
You must have heard of Texas, right?
Texas is a state. You had it right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a state. Okay, it's making sure. A bit of an easier one for you, because everyone knows this, even me. John Coombs, is better known by what stage name?
Sean Combs.
Andrea?
P. Diddy.
Yep. Or?
Diddy.
P.
Or
Diddy.
Yeah. Or Puff Daddy.
Or yes, Puff Daddy. The original name was Puff Daddy. Who knows? Doesn't it change every week?
I think so. I think that's part of being a hip hop artist these days. You've got to sign a contract which guarantees you'll change your name at least twice a month.
Oh, there you have it.
Just saying.
All right, let's go over to James and get what his thoughts are. James, what do you think so far? Mm-hmm. All right, well, there you have it. James
Cat
and
got
his
your
thoughts.
tongue, James.
Yeah, really. Just for those who happen to be showing up late in the show, let you know what's going on. James was supposed to host a quiz show on the 5th Sunday on today's MSI. He decided he wanted to try doing it from Israel. Yeah, let's see how that worked out, huh? So there you go. Instead, Ian has stepped up to the plate. There you go. All the applause is for Ian.
When God says no in Israel, Ian steps up.
There you are. Pinky's answer to the next question is the Galapagos.
Correct for 10 points. I haven't even asked the question yet.
He's good.
You know. Talk about Darwin. I can't remember what the question was, but yeah, I'm going to give the chat room a point for that. Well done, Pinky.
Chat room are in the lead, I think.
No, they're not. Rich, you are in the lead by 1 point on 9.
Wow.
Andrea is on 8, and the chat room are on 8. So we got time for a couple more quick questions, and then we'll have a chat on the way out. We'll see who's won. What we got? Back to Peter and the Wolf. Which animal is represented by the oboe in Peter and the Wolf?
By the oboe.
Which animal is represented by the oboe in Peter and the Wolf? Andrea.
The wolf.
No.
Ah. I'm trying to remember. I'm going through. Have you ever heard that recording? That it's the recording of the guy explaining it while it's happening.
I haven't heard that recording in over 40 years, but
I know.
yeah.
I vaguely remember it from, I think I was 5.
Yep, that's about right. It's been a long time since I've heard that.
Anyone in the audience? Which animal is represented by the oboe in Peter and the Wolf?
You're not taking a stab, Rich.
I would not even have a clue. I don't even remember any other animals in Peter and the Wolf.
There was a human. That was Peter. We're just animals. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, I don't remember any other animals besides the wolf. So I wouldn't have a clue. I'd just be pulling stuff out from behind the couch if I were to guess.
Well, come on. There's plenty of animals on this earth that we live on. Choose one.
A badger.
A badger. No, not a badger.
You said choose one.
Well, no, badger's good. Badger's good.
Rich, Rich thought you said choose the only one it wouldn't be.
A badger. I've just got visions of that meeting before they orchestrate Peter and the Wolf. There's the oboe player sitting there, and he's sitting there going, listen, right? You've got a very important role to play in this piece of music. You, as the person playing the oboe, you're the badger. Yeah, but hang about, mate. Hang about. This is called Peter and the Wolf, right? Yeah, that's correct. Not Peter and the Badger. No, it's Peter and the Wolf. So why am I? You can see how it went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, you said that it wasn't the wolf, right?
It wasn't the wolf. And I'm going to give the points to the chat room because Patty is top with a duck.
And a badger was a bad guess and a duck wasn't? I could see the same conversation with the oboe player. And your oboe will represent the duck.
Yeah, definitely don't remember that.
I'm just saying.
There you go. Who reunited in 1981 for the concert in Central Park, which attracted more than 500,000 music fans? Richard.
Pink Floyd. Oh no, okay, I know who it was.
Andrea.
But who?
Nope.
No.
Simon Garfunkel.
I was going to give you a chat room there, Rich, and you
Sorry.
just got the bag.
Sorry.
I'm not going to give you a point for that.
Yeah, no, I don't want a point for that. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. It was 85 instead of. Oh, no, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
It was Simon and Garfunkel.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, well done, well done. But you're not getting a point. Deal with it.
Right, no, I don't deserve a point for that.
Right, we'll make this the last question. One I haven't asked yet.
Make it one that Pinky doesn't know.
If you want a Pinky doesn't know.
He knows all
Okay.
of them. Between him and Patty, they know every answer.
Okay, this is going to be a hard one, but you might get it because of the relationship it has. Which English rock band, formed in 1969, takes its name from a fictional character in David Copperfield?
And dead air is never good on radio. So
Wow. Who knew that could be such a hard question?
Well, first of all, he's assuming that either one of us know David Copperfield.
Yeah, I don't. I actually have not read David Copperfield.
You're not keeping up with your English literature, people.
We're not English. We don't have to.
Good answer.
I don't know. I don't have anything.
I mean, what do you guys? What happens to you guys if you don't keep up with your English literature? The Queen come around and spank you? What? What goes on there?
Only if we ask nicely.
All right.
There's a tax, I think.
Yes, we have to read Shakespeare at least once a month. At least one verse of one play. I prefer the Macbeth. Is this a dagger I see before me?
Out damned spot.
Or Hamlet, alas, poor Yorick. I'm just doing an audition for a play at the moment as well. So,
And now we forgot the question. So there you go.
Well, I have a good excuse. I was only 2 years old at the time.
They were a band called Uriah Heep.
See, now Uriah, I feel really, really, really bad about that because Uriah Heep is one of my favorite bands. And, man, that's just sad.
They didn't come to mind, Rich.
They never said that they were based upon a character out. No one ever told me that. Had no idea.
I think you'll find, if I remember correctly from my English literature training, that he was the master of the workhouse that David Copperfield was in.
Well, because neither Andrea or myself were required by law to know our English literature, neither one of us had a clue.
Well, this is what these quizzes are about, Rich, to test your knowledge. Right, okay. I said that would be the last question, but we do have a problem. Okay, we have a tie between Rich and the chat room.
Oh, well,
Andrea?
shoot, that's easy. Ask a hard question, we'll let the chat room win, unless it's really, really bizarre that I might know the answer.
Andrea, you've got 8 points. Valiant effort. But Rich and the chat room are on 9 points each. So we have
close.
a situation here. So close.
The interesting thing is you could have done a reverse quiz and say Andrea won. And the person with the most or the people with the most points lose.
We could have done, but we didn't.
All right, so ask a really, really hard question, and we'll watch the chat room get it because I'll have no clue. And we all know that will be true. And they will win.
Andrea, can you give me a drum roll?
Can I give you a drum roll?
Yeah.
You're not going to hear it. Wait, hold
That's
on.
fine. Fantastic. Which country pop singer was born Eileen Regina Edwards? Which country pop singer was born Eileen Regina Edwards?
Rich,
don't shout out your answer.
a country pop singer. A country pop singer. See, there's a clue in there. Because usually you either sing country or pop. But if you're singing country pop, crossover is what you're thinking there, probably. A crossover sing artist.
I think Patty's going to kill you on this one.
I think she will. The question is, when do we answer? Or we wait for them to answer first?
Write down your answer, please, sir.
All right. I'm going to write my answer down. And
we'll wait for the chat room to come in.
I've got my answer written down. It's on the back of this card here I hold up. All right, so we'll wait for the chat room to toss an answer out, and we'll see who got it. Or who gets the answer.
Which country pop singer was born Eileen Regina Edwards?
It'll be interesting, I think. I'm not sure who's going to get this one. You're probably right, though. Patty will probably know the answer to this, because I think Patty is a big fan of this person.
I think Patty knows every country music icon's complete history.
Rich.
Pinky, I'm going to hurt you. Pinky says, your girlfriend tweeted a picture of a cornfield and a big red heart. Pinky says, her husband just died. I already answered you. Can't you see me?
No, didn't see that.
I didn't see an answer from her. Shania Twain is what she's saying.
Okay, and Rich, your answer was?
My answer was not Shania Twain. I was thinking more pop country crossover artist. My answer was Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Because
okay.
I have absolutely no idea.
And another drum roll, please, Andrea.
Oh, wait, sticks. Here we go.
And the correct answer is Shania Twain, and the chat room win.
Patty takes it.
Well done, Patsy. Well done, Pinky. And everyone else who was in there.
Oh,
I lost the chat room, so I didn't even get to share in the, the joy of their triumph.
And they did.
In another impromptu MSI quiz night, I would like to crown our audience the winners. Well done, guys. The crown's for you. And they just blasted you off the map, guys.
There you have it. Well, there it is. Chat room wins, and Andrea and I are big losers because of the quiz.
I'll go cry in my tea.
I was going to say, we're losers because of the quiz, not for who we are. All right? I'm just trying to be nice about it.
So there we go. You wanted a quiz, you got a quiz. It wasn't quite a quiz from Israel with James, who is still looking perplexed.
I know what the problem was. He was going to give us a quiz from Israel, and he was going to do it in Hebrew, but he did not learn Hebrew in time to give the quiz.
Possibly. Which would have been a waste of his time, because I don't speak Hebrew, to be honest.
I don't either.
Oy vey.
Andrea, you speak any Hebrew?
No,
okay.
I do not.
Yeah. It would have been a bust.
Often mistaken for being Jewish, but no, there's none of that history in my family.
Patty, woohoo! Chat room kick booty. You betcha.
Pinky says, thank you, Patty, for saving our ass.
Oh, goodness, that's hilarious. Good job. All right, we're going to wrap up this broadcast of MSI's 5th Sunday with a lovely, lovely photo of James. I'm sorry, I'm going to wear that photo out if I have anything to do with it, because that is just too darn funny. All right, certainly glad everybody showed up here with us today and joined us for this. Pardon me?
Not everybody.
Well, and yeah, except for James. We're glad everybody else showed up with us today and sat through a wonderful quiz, an impromptu quiz from our quiz master, Mr. Ian Husbands. Hey, Ian, thank you very much for that, by the way.
That's all right. A bit of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That was fun, Ian.
Awesome. It's amazing what the internet can do. And just to let you know, I would like to thank you big thank you to the guys over at freepubquiz.co.uk. And that's where I got the questions from tonight. They've saved our backside. So freepubquiz.co.uk. You can now go and see the answers for yourself.
And I do want to take the opportunity, since Ian is thanking people, to thank the people who have taken the time to donate to help support MSI, help keep us on the air. There haven't been a number of people donating, but there have been a few, and we want to thank them very much because it will help. It will help. Every little bit helps. You may not think it will, but it does. So if you haven't taken the opportunity, please consider it. And there is a donate button on the page. And more information to come about stuff like that later on. So you want to make sure you stay tuned for that. Of course, we'll be back next week without James again, I think, because Andrea will be in. Am I right, Andrea?
Is it my turn next week? Oh, yeah.
I think it is.
Oh, no. Wait. I don't know. We'll have to
It would
look.
have been... James was here last week.
No,
Well,
I
so-
was there last
yeah.
week.
Okay, which means he should have been here this week, but he's not.
But this is the extra.
Yeah.
So he hasn't had a review show yet.
Maybe James will be here, maybe he won't. We don't know. We're confused.
We'll sort it out.
We'll work it out.
So anyway, join us then. And of course, the second Wednesday of every month, you want to make sure you're here for the hit list as well. We'll be finding out who won the next hit list in September, the second Wednesday in September. I forgot what month it was there for a second. Anyway,
Self-rich.
by the way, Janae says in Twitter, she says, I would have lost because I thought it was Taylor Swift too. Good job to the chat room. So she congratulates the chat room as well.
And she also told me that roaches aren't cute, going back to our very first conversation.
Wow. I don't know what to say about that.
Well, she's probably right, to be honest. Have you ever met a cute roach?
I've never really paid that much attention to roaches to know whether they're cute or not.
Just saying.
All right. We'll see you again. Thanks for being here, everybody. Until then, sayonara.
Bye-bye.
Bye, all.